YouTube, how the heck are we? I'm excited to bring you my brand new setup tour for the year 2023. Some of you may recognize it from previous videos, some of you may not, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to give an overview of everything within my setup. I got a couple different parts of the room that I like to go through, and then I will also go over what has changed from my prior setups. So let's talk about the desk to start. The main factor in holding everything together and kind of the foundation of where I started the room. It is a finished live edge wooden countertop from Home Depot. I got it for about $300 or $400. I don't quite remember the exact price. It's a little bit pricey, obviously, but I needed something that was wide enough and thick enough to hold up everything within my room. As you can see, there's going to be a lot going on behind me, so that's just something that I needed within my setup. And it's held together perfectly, and honestly, it looks amazing. The live edge adds a ton of character, and it is one of my favorite pieces that I have bought. The drawers are the YouTube special. Everyone has them, everyone knows them. The Alex drawers from IKEA, they're perfect. I have a couple of the furniture stands on them just to raise the desk up a little bit so I have a little bit more legroom underneath. They're great for storage. The gray provides great contrast to the wooden countertop. And I've added some felt inserts on each side just to have a little bit more organization, but I've seen a ton of people 3D print and just other Amazon accessories for their drawers. You can make these things super customizable because they are just one big empty drawer, and you can really make it how it works for you. Now to everything behind me that we have on the desk. First off, we have the monitors. Behind me, we're still rocking the Asus TG279Qs. It's about a 4-year-old monitor at this point. It's a 1440p, 144 hertz monitor. You can overclock it to 165 if needed. I really enjoy gaming in 1440p. I've never actually gamed in like 1080 a lot, so the jump to 1440 wasn't anything crazy for me, but I know a lot of people that go from 1080 to 1440 really enjoy it. Everything's super crisp, you can really see a lot of the details, and it's just something I really enjoy about this monitor. If your PC can handle a smooth frame rate at 144 hertz, I definitely recommend upgrading to that 1440p 144 hertz for gaming. And then on the other side, we have our editing monitor, which is the LG 27UP80. This is a 4K 60 hertz monitor, nothing too crazy, IPS display. I would love to hear some ideas from you guys about the monitors. You can see them here behind me. I'm actually thinking about going with a stacked orientation. I'm actually gonna replace the 4K monitor here soon. I just need something that's a little bit more color accurate. I can definitely tell from monitor to monitor that my colors just get a little wonky sometimes, and that's something that is pretty important for me as a photographer and a designer. I would love to hear some ideas on your guys' experience with stacked monitors, or if you recommend it, or if it's just awful. So go ahead and let me know down in the comments below if you have any experience with stacked monitor displays. Next up is peripherals. We are still rocking the High Ground 100 Thieves Edition keyboard. This is a mechanical keyboard. It is wired, sadly. That's kind of my big gripe with this. I want to move on to a wireless keyboard, so I'm definitely thinking about finding one of those. If you guys have any recommendations for that, I would love to hear them. I want something that's a little bit more low profile. I don't like the super clicky keyboards. I like something that's a little bit smoother, a little bit more butter feel, something like that. As for the mouse, I am still using the Logitech MX Master 3. It is one of my favorite mice that I've ever used. It's super portable, easy to use. The extra buttons add a lot of functionality that wasn't there before for me. Overall, I think this mouse is great for anyone that's trying to do creative work. It just has a lot of functionality that you don't get out of a typical gaming mice. For audio, we got a couple things we got to go through here. So starting up, we have the Shure SM7B microphone. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this with your favorite streamers or just content creators in general. It is a staple within the audio industry. It's not very tough to say, but it is easily the best microphone I've ever used. Super clear, super crisp. You get great quality out of this thing. It's what's expected when you buy this microphone. When you're on calls, when you're on Discord with your friends, when you're gaming, people are going to comment on how great your voice sounds. It's just something that happens. I get it all the time, and it really is just that great of a microphone. For headphones, I am using the Astro A40s. I've been using the A40s for years and years. I used these back when I was gaming on Xbox a lot as well. They have great game sound and great for listening to music on my downtime. However, being on calls for work and just being on camera generally, I want to kind of move to something that's a little bit more low profile, similar to like the keyboard. I'm thinking about going with earbuds. I don't know if you guys have any recommendations for studio quality earbuds. I would love to try some out or test them if you guys have any. Just wearing that headset all day, you know, it really gets to you, and it's something I want to move away from and just be able to pop stuff in my ears. I also want to grab a set of speakers so that way I don't have to put anything in my ears and I can actually listen to my audio a little bit easier than before. And the microphone and the headset are both plugged into the Go XLR. This is an audio interface. Could not recommend it enough. It's usually meant for people that rock dual PCs. I had bought it prior to that. I use it for a single PC, and honestly, I love it. Being able to control my music, my game, my system, my chat, my Discord friends, all that. It is really easy to use, and it makes everything super seamless. A couple of the bonus features, you get like sound effects that you can store. as well as voice effects so you can, do your voice changers if you want to just mess around. The camera that I use for general streaming and just being on camera is the Sony a6100. It is a 4K camera that I use with my Elgato Cam Link as well as a dummy battery, so you never have to worry about it running out of battery. It's a great camera. It comes with a kit lens. If I really wanted to upgrade my quality of my stream, I would probably just get another lens, but for now, kit lens works perfect, so there's no reason for me to change. Powering everything that is on my desk that I just talked about is my custom built PC. Inside it has a 5900X AMD CPU, a 3900 NVIDIA graphics card, 9 Lian Li RGB fans, 64 gigabytes of 3600 megahertz RAM for editing, gotta get that extra power in there, and an NXT Kraken cooler that I actually really enjoy using the GIF on it. I've swapped back between that and temps. Sometimes I like to monitor my temps when I'm editing just to make sure nothing gets too crazy on me. Inside it has a 2 terabyte SSD hard drive, and then next to my PC is a 14 terabyte external hard drive that surprisingly I actually might fill up this year. I go through a ton of storage, photography, videography, just it clumps up downloading assets for design, so it's just being a creative, I'm gonna go through a lot of storage. It's just something that I've gotten used to at this point. The chair that I'm sitting in right now is the Secret Labs Titan chair. It is great. I'm a little bit taller, so having that extra leg room down there is fantastic. It's super sturdy, very comfortable. I can lounge in this. It folds all the way back if I need it. Definitely a chair I'd recommend. I got it as a present a couple years ago and I love it. Now that is going to wrap up this side of the room. This is my PC setup. This is where I'm spending the majority of my time, honestly, between editing and just working in general. On the desk, you're gonna find a phone stand, my iPad. The iPad, I will say, has been an absolute fantastic addition to my desk. I could not recommend it enough if you do not have one. I really didn't think I would be a big iPad person, but it turns out I have been. It's great for watching content. It is great to have as like a third monitor holding display references or something like that. The only other things on my desk are usually some pens and a notepad. I believe in writing everything down, so that's just one of the things that helps me stay super organized is writing all my stuff down. Now let's go ahead and move on to the other side of the room. It's gonna be my camera shelf where I store everything for all my photography as well as the entertainment setup that I have for general lounging. Now sitting directly behind my desk is my camera shelf. This is where I keep my tripod, camera, drone, audio, all that. So let's go ahead and go right along through that. Typically what sits up here is my tripod, which is the Peak Design Travel Carbon tripod. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it if you follow a lot of photographers on YouTube. It's pretty much a staple with all of them. It's fantastic for travel. I could not recommend enough if that is what you are going for. It's super light, super compact, easy to move around. The only thing with me is my camera and my lens combo is a little bit heavier than normal, so I don't love it. It kind of moves around on me sometimes. So I have been looking into getting a little bit more of a heavy duty tripod for these at-home shots. Traveling around, could not recommend it enough. Next to that is going to be my drone, which is the DJI Mavic Air 2. I bought this about a year and a half ago. I really enjoy flying it around. It's been great to get some aerial footage. I actually have some client work with it, so it's kind of paid for itself at this point. It shoots 4K video as well as it takes 48 megapixel pictures, which is amazing. I have been looking into the Mini 3 Pro by DJI as well. That super lightweight drone, and they actually have true vertical shooting on that. It's something that really intrigues me, but for now, the DJI Mavic Air 2 has been great, and like I said, it kind of paid for itself already, so no reason to change out right now. Right in front of that is my audio. This is something that you guys will see on me all the time. It is the DJI wireless audio kit. It comes with 2 microphones as well as a receiver that you plug right into your camera. Could not recommend it enough. The quality is fantastic. Honestly, I barely have any post-processing done on the audio that you hear from me. A lot of this is straight from the microphone and it speaks for itself. It's super light. I can fit it in with my camera bag. I have a sling bag that I carry around for the most part. Slides right in there, so if I want good audio on the move, carry this along with me, and it has not failed me yet. On the other side, you see my gimbal, which is the DJI RS2. While gimbals aren't necessary in most situations, it is nice to have. It's something I probably spent a little bit too much money on, honestly. I probably would go back and reconsider buying one, but for when I have needed it, it has been great. It holds up well. With my lens and camera combo, it's a little bit heavier, and the RS2 is calibrated perfectly every time I put it on, so it has been nice having that little peace of mind knowing it's not gonna fail on me. The second shelf is mainly just, I have 2 bags in there as well as a little bit audio accessories and a couple top handles. Pretty self-explanatory. The Peter McKinnon sling bag has been featured on this channel a ton, so if you have any questions about it, please go check out my channel. I put up a ton of videos about it. It's fantastic. Probably the most used bag in my collection right now. As for the other one, it is just the carrying case for the DJI Mavic Air 2. I don't use it quite as much. If I'm carrying that, I usually carry that within my bigger backpack, so I kind of carry everything together. Then in the middle, a couple top handles for your camera, just a little bit easier accessibility for that. And then I have a H4n Zoom Pro recorder for audio. And then the bottom, I'm not even gonna show you guys the bottom, it's a mess. It just holds extra accessories, has charging docks down there and a couple extra cables just laying around. And then sitting next to the stand is the blue light that you actually see coming onto my face right now. It is a Nanlite Pavo tube. These things are amazing. They are pricey though, especially the big one, which is what I have. But for what I've needed it has definitely not failed me. I would definitely recommend it. Nanlite's one of the brands I like to stay within their economy. It just makes everything easier when you can sync all your lights together. Now we can wrap up the camera shelf and move on to our entertainment setup on the other side of the room. Now we are in the entertainment section. This is my relaxation chair that I like to sit in. This thing is super comfortable. I can sit here, kick my feet up, watch TV. It is honestly just the perfect setup for decompressing. The TV that we have here is a 48-inch LG A1, I believe. It's a 4K OLED TV. It's kind of an odd size. 48 inches actually what fit my wall perfectly, so this was kind of the first choice and the only one that I really had because 48 inches is just such an odd wall size. But underneath the TV, we have an entertainment shelf from Amazon with LED lights built in, which was pretty nice. It just helps build the ambiance of the room. Sitting on top of that, I have a original modded Xbox that I bought a couple months ago. It's honestly one of my favorite purchases. It has all of the original Xbox games preloaded onto it, ready to play. It provides that really nostalgic feel, and honestly, it's just great to go back and play games that I played in my childhood and see how they compare to like the games that I play now. It's also nice, I have younger family members that never played an original Xbox, so being able to show them what I used to play is always a great experience for me. In the middle, I have a fog machine that I bought. Haven't quite used it yet. It's something I just wanted to use for, always adds that little bit of a cinematic feel to your shots. So that is something I plan on using soon. I'm sure I will have a review up on this channel as well if you are interested. And then on the other side, I have an Xbox One. I use this mainly for guests. I let them play on it. It's something I don't really use a ton. I play a lot on my PC. If there's an older game that I want to play, obviously I have the Xbox One as an option, so just something that's always there. And down below, nice glass shelf holding my games up, nothing too crazy. This side of the room, like I said, really for decompressing. I can come sit here, watch TV, kick my feet up, play original Xbox, anything I want to do. And yeah, that is that. Let's go over the lighting in the room. This is a very important piece this is the newest piece that I've added to the room. I went with the Govee floor lamp. It's a strip light that has a lot of diffusion on it. It is able to change colors, RGB, all that fun stuff. And then I also bought the RGB cylinder light that is brand new from Govee, and it has honestly been amazing. It's really great to have all my lights within the Govee family. It makes everything super seamless to go across. You know, whether it be lights on, lights off, changing colors, changing moods, with everything within the Govee system has been awesome. I could not recommend Govee enough. They are one of the cheaper options, honestly, for lighting, and I think they do an amazing job with their products. I also have the Govee desk lamps. Those sit on my camera shelf just to provide that little extra light in the room. The main light that you guys see a lot is the Godox 60LW. This is something that I've just had since I moved into this room. It's a 60-watt light. It's pretty bright. Honestly, I need to upgrade to something like a 300 just to kind of make sure I have everything covered. I don't think I'll need anything past that, but for now, I just have that with a lantern softbox on it, and it's been amazing. It lights all of these videos that you guys watch here, so obviously it's doing a good enough job for that. As far as the walls go, I would love to hear some recommendations from you guys on either photographers, artists. If someone wants to send me a piece of art, I'd be happy to display it on my wall. My walls are barren right now. I need to add some stuff, either some shelving or just overall artwork. I do plan on buying a couple pieces from photographers, but the walls right now are a little boring, honestly, and that is something I need to fix within my room. It helps, you know, boost creativity, things like that. And that is going to complete my 2023 setup tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about the products, all of them will be linked down in the description below. I will also happily answer anything if you have any other questions besides that. The room has definitely come out amazing. I am super happy with how this has turned out. Honestly, I make this series just a lot for inspiration for you guys, and it's always been a dream of mine to have my own setup like this. I've been watching, you know, Random Frank P, Tech Source, all those videos for years and years and years, so it's been amazing to finally get this opportunity to build my dream room. Outside of that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace out.